This week at M-Fuge, my mission track was Games and Rec. And so in Games and Rec, we played with kids whose parents were not around during the day, and so they didn't know how to play games like soccer or volleyball or even like a simple Uno game.
So this week at M-Fuge, I was in the PCY group, painting, construction, and yard work, and mostly we went around and mowed people's yards, whether they were elderly or just to help out.
This week at M-Fuge, I was assigned PCY, which stands for Painting, Construction, and Yard Work. My group are really focusing on yard work. We're going out with this organization called First Generation in 3rd Ward, which is kind of a bad neighborhood. They're trying to change it for Christ.
The first day we went to a Boys and Girls Club and we painted a fence for them, and we got to go on a tour of their house. One of the houses at the facility, and I think it was really cool to see just how people will dedicate their lives to helping others.
And we're clearing these lots with really tall grass. The reason we're clearing them is because bad people will hide in the grass and do bad things or jump people when they're walking along the street, or wait until people leave and then break into their homes. So when we cut down this grass, we prevent all of that from happening.
God has just been really teaching me to just let Him handle things and not try to do it all on my own, and just let Jesus take over my problems and not to try to control them. We are all made for a purpose, and we should try to do that purpose instead of all try to do what we want to do.
This week, God has taught me so much, from how to be a true servant, from Nate washing our feet, to be able to see that illustration that Nate as our leader gave to us was really awesome. Another thing that God has really taught me this week is how to actually really love someone. I had kind of thought as to love someone, other than someone you're in a relationship with, was to just be nice to them and to, talk to them and stuff. But this week with these kids, I realized how much they want to be loved and how much they want to talk to you and they want to tell you about themselves if you just open up.
What God's been teaching me this week really is, just because I don't enjoy doing something or I don't like it, doesn't mean that I shouldn't be doing it or that's not what I was meant to be doing. Because personally, I really don't like heat and physical labor, which of course PCY is a mixture of heat and physical labor.
So this week at M-Fuge, God has really been teaching me just about grace and a willingness to serve, and just how the Holy Spirit can help change you.
So I really struggled through the first day of going out there in the sun and cutting down grass, but I prayed that He would really give me another point of view and a better attitude for today. And He really did. And today went a whole lot better than yesterday. And I know now that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think that missions are important because God sent us here to go and make His name known, and missions is a great way to do that by helping them and then letting them know that we're here on behalf of Christ and that this is what Christ wants us to do.
I think missions are important because no matter what you're doing, you're making a difference, either if it's yard work, playing with kids, or playing with the disabled.
This week, I've really been able to see how missions are important. I thought, missionaries are really cool and what they do is really awesome. But being able to actually go out and do mission work was something that I had never been able to actually do, and it was really fun.
I think missions is important because really the whole point of it is to go out and reach people who normally wouldn't have access to God, or as much access to God as we do. What I've seen this week, missions, is these leaders and these people are just going out to the lower income parts of Houston and just loving on people and showing them what it's like to have someone who you know is always going to take care of you and who is your father. And I really think that missions is just a really big part of being a Christian.
This whole week before I came, I was really struggling with, and I had to talk to some of my leaders about it. Like, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to answer the questions correctly through talking with my track leader, that you don't have to have all the answers that God's going to give you. But that's what I really think missions is about. It's being able to connect with people, and then once they feel comfortable with you, you're able to share so much.
You don't have to go like out of country, or you don't have to go down to Houston to help. There are people who need help everywhere.
Praise, send us out.